Yo, how are we doing, everybody? So today I'm doing a guide on chapter 20, Blessed Freedom. So this has definitely been a frustrating chapter. I don't think it's necessarily as hard as the two previous chapters, especially chapter 18 I think was really rough. But yeah, this chapter in particular, there's just a lot of RNG involved, unfortunately. The big thing is these Roselle, the 3 Roselle units, we have to get them all the way to the other side without dying. If any of them die, it's an automatic game over. And what's really unfortunate is that the Roselle, their guest units, they are completely controlled by the AI. We cannot really do anything here. It's completely random where they decide to go. Obviously, the way randomness works in this game, if you perform the same action, like say, you move all your units to the right, then the Roselle do whatever, and then you restart the chapter and you do the same thing where you move all your units to the right, the Roselle will again move in the exact same spot they did last time. So you can like manipulate the AI to a degree, but I haven't myself personally learned the like exact Unit 2 positioning stratagem to get them exactly where I want to go. And if they don't go where you want them to go, you can just game over. Like, there's definitely been a few instances where I've had like the old man and the archer just go into the enemies, either where they're on the right side of the bridge and they're going into like the boss, or where they go all the way to the other side of the bridge and I'm still in the middle of fighting the cavalry units and they're just running into the cavalry units. They will not stay behind my team. So yeah, do just recognize that is a fact. Unfortunately, you cannot control the Roselle, so depending on just how you position your troops, you might just have to retry, because it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about that. So personally, what I'm doing here is I started with most of my team on the bridge, and 3 of them, Medina, I forget the shield guy, Flanagan I think his name is, and Serenoa, I started them on the right. Because I find with the AI, like, except for the old man, they will usually try to go to the left as long as there's no one immediately next to them. If there's someone to their left, even though they could walk further than that, say they can walk 2 steps away, but there's someone standing 1 step away from them, sometimes they will not move, or they'll actually move to the right, closer to where the enemy is, which is really unfortunate. I don't know why the AI is programmed that way. It makes no sense, but it just is what it is. They will generally go as far as they can if no one is in their way. And again, that's still generally, sometimes they will still just go right. I don't know. It is what it is. But anyways, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to line up my defense at the end of the bridge. I want Idore to be the one that's the most forward, but at the moment, I can't really have that because I'm trying to protect the old man. I don't want him to die. But yeah, the old man's just giving me some trouble here. I'm definitely taking advantage of my items, using like the fortifying spice to increase my defense, therefore making it easier for me to take these hits, because I'm going to be hit by a lot of enemies in a little bit. I'm trying to get Frederica into a good position so that I'll be able to just continuously spam out my fire attacks. I have both the black anklet and the red anklet on her, so she can do a lot of damage. But yeah, you can see right here, unfortunately, the old man is positioned where I want to put Medina, because again, like, I think it's better really to have everyone just kind of behind like Idore and them, not to like try to get into the proper position right away, because you need to get that old man out of the way. He's 100% in the way, and he's not going to move, because that's just how terrible the AI is. So like, I try to use a fast acting medication on the old man so he immediately gets his turn, and bam, he does nothing. He does not move. The AI is awful, and I'm crying and I'm sad, but it is what it is. So definitely keep that in mind. You just don't want to have someone immediately next to the AI units. Give them as much space as possible, and that's the best chance you have at getting them to move, but again, it's random. So over here on the left side, basically what my plan is I'm going to be using Roland as like the tank for the cavalry units, and I'm going to have Anna supporting him. I'm staying just out of the range of the top 2 archers because they deal decent damage. If I'm being hit by both the archers and the knights at the same time, I'm just going to die. I can't out heal that just because of the turn order. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, position like this. So yeah, the knights are going to get to me on the next turn. I did also use my ice mage to throw up a frost shield or ice shield, I forget what it's called. But yeah, that shield on good old Roland there, that'll make it so he does not take damage on the first hit. And yeah, speaking of my composition here, so with the tanky units I have, it's like Serenoa, Roland, Idore, Flanagan, and yeah, that's it. The other melee unit is Anna, and then for my mages I have both the fire mage Frederica and the ice mage. And then I have, I believe, 3 healers. I have Gila, I have Cordelia, Roland's sister, and I have Medina. At first I was only using the 2 healers, but I definitely found it easier with all 3. Because like basically I need like 1 healer to keep an eye on the left side, of, like Roland and Anna, and then the other 2 healers to focus on the whole like formation I have going over here, trying to stop the enemies from coming in. And you can see this formation here is like particularly important. I need like Idore in the front where he can basically be flanked by them going above and underneath him, and then just, you know, to the side I'm gonna have Flanagan and Serenoa because their defense isn't quite as high as Idore. And then, oh yeah, the ice mage, I especially want to use that ice wall there just to again slow down those knights so they're not just like going into me super duper fast. And then yeah, right here with Frederica, because I have the red anklet on, I get more damage when I defeat an enemy, so I'm going to be doing that. And in fact, there's 2 healers, and I think they can spawn more healers when the reinforcements come. So I'm not going to be going for like Sunfall or Scorch too frequently. I'm mostly going to be going for Blazing Chains. I really want to deal as much damage to 1 unit as possible, because I've tried doing damage to a lot of units, but I'm just getting out healed compared to the damage I'm pouring out. For me doing this strategy, I think it's really important to just take out 1 enemy at a time. And yeah, right here you can see the old man absolutely hates me, and he just walked in front of the formation and was like, yes, please kill me, please kill me, I don't want to live, I want this chapter to end immediately with an instant game over. Even though you've already put in like the good 7 minutes here, almost 8 minutes, which is just awful. That old man shouldn't do things like that. That's very inappropriate. But yeah, over here you can see I'm able to move up now because like the archers aren't there anymore. And then I'm going to be trying to put them to sleep, as there's just a lot of damage with these knight guys, and Roland can only take so many shots. He is not the defensive fortress that is Idore. And then yeah, again we have the ice mage supporting them in the back, and Gila isn't too far away, so she can turn around to heal them if need be. Yeah, now that the old man is out of the way, I'm in the perfect spot where I can actually use my ranged heal and heal everyone that's in this formation. Because the big thing with this is Medina, she has the TP gain ability, where essentially when she heals people they gain TP. So, you know, that means with Frederica she can constantly cast spells instead of having to skip turns. Idore can go into his King Shield ability, which allows him to go invincible, and Serenoa can constantly spam his Hawk Dive ability, which deals decent damage and can attack from a range. So he's able to really like focus on who the best target is, who's the closest to death. Because again, we need to focus on that. If we're not focusing on taking out a unit, the healers will just out heal the damage, and you won't be killing anybody, and you'll just be going through your resources like your MP and your items, or not your MP, your TP I mean, and they will break through. Because there's just a lot of damage coming out, especially with the boss character, Idore, however you say his name. Yeah, like he can do some really big damage, and his spell in particular, the wind spell he uses can turn all of your guys backwards, so your backs will be to the enemy, which, yeah, that is very, very brutal. You don't really want to get hit by that. Because, yeah, that's just going to be a lot of damage that pours out there. But, yeah, for the most part, we almost have this. Yeah, there we go. There's the Raging Winds. And that is going to turn me the other way. So it has me facing down instead of left, which is definitely my preference. I'm glad that he targeted Idore, because a lot of times he'll turn around Flanagan and Serenoa instead. And yeah, that is very painful stuff. But thanks to my positioning, Idore decided to go up there instead. Because again, like, the positioning of enemies is highly dependent on your movement. Based on how you move is how the RNG and pathfinding basically plays out. So do keep that in mind. Literally, you can do like the exact same strategy, but if you just move your units a little bit, you'll notice that the enemy will react differently, which I think is really cool. Because it's not true completely random. It is based on your actions. So yeah, right here with Medina, again, I'm just going to be healing everyone, boosting that TP, so I can do whatever I want. And yeah, they did get reinforcements back there. They do have that like additional healer I was talking about. But yeah, we mostly have this in control now that the Roselle are to the left. They are no longer in the way. And yeah, so I'm just trying to make sure that I stay on top of everyone's HP. I don't want anybody getting too low. And again, just focusing on taking down one target at a time instead of trying to take out multiple targets, because that reduces the damage coming into me, makes it easier to heal. And then, oh, Idore, just only targeting Idore is just absolutely perfect. Makes things so much easier for me. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. I've shown you like all the positioning you really need to do. So I'm going to skip a bit forward here. Alright, so Flanagan keeps getting knocked back. Like, that is some of the abilities that like the shield bearers have. They can knock you away, which messes up my positioning a bit. But because I'm like constantly switching between like using King Shield and Provoke, the enemies aren't really trying to get into my backline, so it's not too much of a problem. And yeah, we're going through the knights now. There's just like one of those left, so again, that's also not an issue. Not really a problem. But yeah, these turns do take quite a bit. So yeah, also the AI gets a bit confused sometimes, and it'll actually like go down the stairs a bit and then go back up. Or I guess I shouldn't say the stairs, but like this hill, this slope. It will go back up and down, and that just saves me turns, makes things much easier. And it is nice sometimes. There is a Roselle like healer, and she will heal you sometimes, but yeah, it's completely random. I can't really control it. And then yeah, also using Provoke on healers if they happen to get into range is really good, as they will then be forced to attack. They will not heal anyone, which makes it easier to finish off enemies so that they don't get healed back up. And yeah, right here I finished off the knights, so I'm just trying to kill the 2 archers that came down over here. Because yeah, as long as you don't position into the archer's range, they will walk all the way around the map to get to you, which is just absolutely perfect. That's just so many turns where they're basically doing nothing. It's really, really nice. So yeah, skipping forward again, you can see I am once again taking advantage of King Shield. You can see Medina got turned around. So yeah, Idore, he positioned to turn everybody. But thankfully, I've already gone through like so many of the enemies, so I don't take too much damage there. And then yeah, Blaze Chain is just super good. Frederica is definitely the MVP. With both the black anklet and the red anklet on, she just does so much damage. Which again, those are items that you can pick up just by like looking around the map. I did not buy those. And then yeah, like here, I've defeated so many of the enemies. There's just a few left, so I'm going to be pushing out. I have all my healers here. Everyone's coming back as the archers and the knights are defeated as well, so everyone's just going to be moving to the right. I don't have to protect the Roselle anymore. They will just make their way over to the left. There are no enemies in their way, so they will be fine. I just need to chase down these last couple of guys. Let's go ahead and fast all the way forward. Yeah, they're almost there. I have, I'm going to surround Idore, because like without all of his allies, he's really not that much of a threat. Like, he does do good damage, so if you're not paying attention, he can definitely still kill someone, so make sure, you know, you're not playing too reckless at the very end. You are still, like, healing everybody. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to be that. This is my guide for this chapter. And yeah, this is the final chapter. This is one of the endings of the game, though this game does have multiple endings. I'm not sure if I will do more guides for those other paths. If you guys are interested, just let me know, and then I will more than likely do so. But yeah, that's going to be me. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. If you have a different strategy that you use for this chapter, you could also let me know about that. I would be super interested to hear. But yeah, that's going to be me. This was a super fun game. Peace.